I want to record my early experiences. I was born in 1925. My parents had a little grocery store on Fifth Avenue and Fifth Street in Minneapolis, and I was born at the City Hospital. My mother was born in 1900, so when I was born, she was 25 years of age. I subsequently found out that they'd been married a few years. She had come over to the United States in about 1919, 1920. And after they were married, they had a little grocery store in Farmington, Minnesota. And I'll tell that story at another time. But right now, we'll go on to when I was born. And then in 1935, my brother was born. He was 10 years younger than me. In 1930, my parents moved the grocery store to a non-Jewish business area on Broadway in Minneapolis. By 1935, they bought a little bungalow in the Jewish neighborhood on Vincent Avenue, and my father paid $5,000 cash. By 1938, he had built a house with an architect a block or two away from the first house, and that was very, very elegant, and that was $15,000. And it was very, very nice, I have to say. That's 1938, and I remember that date because that was a house in which my bar mitzvah was celebrated. Shortly after that, my father took in a landsman, a fella from Romania that had a grocery store in Rochester, Minnesota, 90 miles south of Minneapolis, and he had gone broke. And he came up to Minneapolis, and my father took him in as a full partner without any extra money, etc. My mother was not very happy. At any rate, by about 1940, he was sick. He had cancer of the stomach, and he was operated on. He had radiation and all sorts of stuff that was done at that time. Anyhow, by 1942, we know he had been in nursing homes and back and forth, and finally in 42 he said he wants to die at home. So I remember the scene very vividly. He was in the bed, and my mother was at the foot of the bed, and I was there. I was 17, my brother was 7. And he tells my mother, he says, "Ronnie, by all that's right, you're entitled to have the grocery store. You must sell it to Sydney, because if you take that grocery store, Moisha, that's me, will feel obligated to help you in the grocery store, and he will not go to college. And I want him to go to college." And I remember that scene very vividly. At any rate, that's what happened. My mother did sell the store to Sydney. There are a lot of, maybe I'll talk about some of the complications that arose, but he took over the store, and that was in June of 42 was when my father died. In June of 42 is when I graduated high school. So that was a busy time for me. I really don't remember much about the senior year in high school because I guess I just was not that involved with anything. At any rate, well, I better